Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing a review on the Netflix series Daredevil. I am very excited about this show. I'm actually already halfway or almost halfway through my second viewing of the whole series. It's 13 episodes long. Just absolutely love the show. I'm going to do a review of non-spoilers, and then I'm going to have a spoilers section for this video. And I'm not going to touch every single point. There's a lot of things to talk about. We're talking 13 one-hour episodes over here, so there's a lot of things to cover. I'm just going to try to just get an overview of just my thoughts and feelings about the show in general. So, of course, and I haven't seen anybody else's review on this show yet, so I'm trying to just keep it to, this is just how I feel about it, alright? So, first off, I absolutely just love it, alright? I already said that. I love the story. If you've already seen the show and you want more Daredevil, I suggest you get these two trades. They may be at MarvelUnlimited.com, I don't know yet. But Born Again, written by Frank Miller, this is an awesome story. Makes me really appreciate Kingpin as a villain. This is just a fantastic Daredevil story. And then also Kevin Smith's Guardian Devil, another really good story. Essential, I think. This is just, both of these are essential, especially the Frank Miller one. But I love both of these books. If you haven't read too much Daredevil, and you're like, hey, I watched the series, I want more Daredevil, I suggest you get these two. And just the Daredevil book, I'm a fan of Daredevil. Brubaker's run, Bendis's run, Mark Waid's run, all good reads as well. So pretty much I feel like anything that you find on Daredevil is going to be a win, man. I just absolutely love the character, and I love the writing, and I love the story of this show. I think it has a very good, solid story. I like it a lot. I like the acting. Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock just steals it. All the actors steal it, man. I just love the acting just through and through. I was just totally immersed in this universe. They just totally had me. Matt Murdock, Foggy Nelson, Karen Page, we get Ben Urich in the show, also Claire, or Night Nurse as I keep calling her throughout the show. We get Kingpin is obviously in the show. We get the Owl, we get Wesley in there, and then Vanessa. I think all the acting is just fantastic. Like I said, I just totally believed all of these characters. But the two main characters that really steal this show over anybody else, I really think, is Gomer Pyle, who plays Kingpin. I can't remember the actor's name, but Gomer Pyle as Kingpin. Yes, man. Awesome, just so awesome. And like I said, Courtney Cox, Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock and Daredevil, just fantastic. I just love the way he plays both of those characters. As you guys seen that, all the shots, you see him wearing the black suit and everything as he was shown, as Miller had shown him wearing. If you want to see like the full Daredevil outfit in the show, you just have to be patient. That's basically it. Another thing that's not too spoilery, but another kind of warning about it is that it is a pretty violent show. So just be prepared for that. It is cringingly violent, which is something I really like about it. So it's kind of, a little bit of that Walking Dead feel about it being kind of gritty and everything. But this is definitely, I think it's definitely a little bit more gritty than Walking Dead. Honestly, I think it's a little bit more gruesome. Yeah, or just as gruesome as Walking Dead. The show overall has kind of a Sopranos vibe to it. Am I alone on this? I kind of felt the Sopranos on this a little bit. It's kind of a mafia show. You know what I mean? It kind of has that vibe to it. So and I love Sopranos, so I was just totally sold on this show. Like I said, I'm rewatching it already. I absolutely love it. Okay, so for those of you who have not seen it, this may be the good time for you to bounce out if you don't like spoilers. I'm going to talk about some spoilers, not a ton, but thing I loved about the show is the way he fights. Oh my god, the most realistic superhero type of show, movie fight thing I've ever seen, because these guys don't go down, man. Have you ever gotten punched in the face? Huh? I got punched in the face many a times, and I do not go down with one punch. I'm sure I could. I'm sure if the right motherfucker hit me hard enough, I'll go down. But for the most part, when you get hit in the face, you're not just out and that's it. You know what I mean? Daredevil has to suck these dudes hella times, man. Probably my favorite scene of the whole show, I think it's episode 3, is when he's fighting all the Russians in the hallway. Dude, that was so sick. I just couldn't stop. My jaws just dropped. It's all one shot, and he's kicking these guys. He's like 8 dudes or something like that. He's just beating the shit out of all these motherfuckers, man. And just went and like, and it's not like it's just one punch for each of these guys. Like, he has to like slam. He's gotta beat these guys into the ground, man. And then he's all like, and gets all held up too. He takes a whooping too. He's like kicking off the wall and stuff. You see him just kind of just beat, you know, he's just like holding, like, catching his breath, and then dude gets up and comes right at him, and then get back into the set again. Man, I don't know if there was multiple stunt guys, because that scene goes on for a while. There are parts where it goes off screen, so there may have been multiple guys. I don't know if it was Charlie Cox at all in there. I have to look that up. Somebody may already know and let me know if it was Charlie Cox. Holy shit, dude, really? I doubt it, though. For some reason, I think there's stunt guys, multiple stunt guys doing that scene. Whatever, it was fucking awesome. It was so sick. And then there's another part of mine that just made me flip out was the rooftop scene. It was like later on, I think somewhere around episode 10 or 11 or something like that, where he's running around the rooftops. He still has a full black outfit, but he's doing some truly Daredevil shit. Just the way he's just jumping around the rooftops and everything. He does what I like to call like the classic Daredevil swan dive with both hands out. For some reason, I just love that Daredevil pose. You guys may have seen me do that in my Daredevil figure reviews, where I pose my Daredevil figure with both hands out, because it's just him just diving off the edge of a building. You know what I mean? It's just free falling. You know, that's like a huge thing in Daredevil, is that, you know, he's just playing it by ear. You know, I think that's great. Matt Murdock as the lawyer, fantastic. I thought he was great as a lawyer. I thought he was a really good lawyer. I love the way how Courtney Cox plays Matt Murdock too. He has the right sense of humor in there. You know what I mean? Like how Foggy calls him out, you know, like, oh yeah, you just happen to find like the hot chicks to help you around and everything, and Matt even laughs. He's like, I'm not denying any of that, you know, and he plays a blind guy so damn well. I think he just does a fantastic job. The show opens up with a fantastic monologue when he's talking to the priest. I think that was great. Charlie Cox's acting throughout this whole thing is just great, man. Just all the acting. I loved Wesley. The guy playing Wesley, so solid, man. I thought he was just scary. It's like this is just like the assistant to the main villain over here. And then finally we get to see the Kingpin. I think around episode 5. Is it episode 5 or episode 4? Something like that, where we finally get to know the Kingpin a little bit. I think he's actually at the end of episode 4, yeah. And he's just scary because he's vulnerable. Like we get to meet the villain of this whole thing being completely vulnerable to, I think Vanessa is the name of his love interest, the artist, and he's just timid and just weak. You just see this guy's just trying to do everything he can to hold it together because he's just so stunned by this woman. Like, this woman's just totally captivated him. It almost reminds me of Thanos in Death, you know what I mean? Like, Thanos is just such a vicious, crazy monster, but when he's around Lady Death, it's like he's weak and he's vulnerable, and that's how they introduce Kingpin here. It's a vulnerable Kingpin. Sure enough, like, over time, we see the crazy bastard come through. God damn, and I think it was Anatoly. Yeah, the Russian mobster. He just bashes his skull in with the door to the SUV right there in the frame. I thought that was vicious, just great. Now, Ben Urich. I thought Ben Urich was fantastic. I felt like that guy was like taken straight out of the comic book, just a black guy instead of a white guy. No problem over there, man. The dude was dead on. I thought the acting was great. Spoilers, though, I will say that I am sad that both Wesley and Ben Urich are gone. So that bummed me out because I wanted both of those characters to stick through the show. And I really liked how both of those characters were portrayed in every single way. So the fact that they're gone, it's like, damn. But it's still, like, again, it kind of adds to that Walking Dead kind of feel where you don't know how long the characters are going to last. Especially if you read these right over here, you'll know that not all the characters last. So, yeah. And then another thing I wanted to talk about is something that, now, I didn't catch all the Easter eggs. I know there's, like, Spider-Man in the newspaper in the background, or I know was it the Serpent Squad logo, or the Serpent logo that was on top of Ma's, drugs and everything, which is another cool element. There's like multiple mafia cultures in here. I think you had the Yakuza in there. There's all kinds of speculation for different characters and everything in there. I thought that was really cool. Was it Nobu? I think Nobu was a character that Daredevil had to fight, which was probably the coolest fight scene. I like that hallway fight scene, but yeah. Because he's straight up fighting the dude's like in his red hand ninja. He looked like a red hand ninja to me. Fighting Daredevil like that is just really badass, especially with that chain thing with the hook with the sickle at the end. That was hella sick. But okay, so talk about a couple of things that I didn't like about the show, and they're very minimal. I liked the original. One thing I did like about the original Daredevil movie, the Ben Affleck movie, was the sonar. I liked how they portrayed the sonar. I thought that was really well done in that movie. One of the few things I liked about that Ben Affleck movie was how you could actually understand how Daredevil sees. In this, they don't really delve into it too much. You get the idea, but it's not solid. Like, you don't really get that visual that you got in that Daredevil movie. So that's just, I don't know, not even a full-on disappointment, because you do have that one scene where you see what he sees. Like, he asks, or I think it was Claire, or was it Karen, who asked, like, what do you see? It's like the world's on fire. And you see it's kind of like an infrared kind of thing, but I think that's just what his eyes pick up, right? Like with the sonar and the smells and everything, like it's just probably a much more crisp version of that. So we don't really ever see the Daredevil vision throughout the whole series. And then we have to wait till the very end until he gets his costume, which doesn't bother me anyway. That didn't really bother me so much. I kind of knew that going in that was going to happen. I like how they told the story of how he got the costume from Guardian. I thought that was really cool. And then I think that out of the things I didn't like, I think that was pretty much it. Oh yeah, the intro. I like the music for the intro. I'm a little confused about the blood spilling or wax spilling everywhere. I feel like, is that the Daredevil vision? Like, because that's not really Daredevil vision. That's like crap being spilled on top of stuff. You know what I mean? So but those are my two complaints really, and so I just really loved it. I think I made all the points that I wanted to make, man. I have a list of things right over here, but I think I got it all. I highly recommend the show. I absolutely love it. I'm on my almost halfway through on my second go of watching it. My wife loved it. Everybody who I've talked to who's seen the show, they absolutely love it. If you're not watching it, you're missing out. It's an hour long per episode, so that's what you're getting into. Invest the time into watching it. You will not regret it. And I hope you guys liked my review. If you did, please hit the like button. Show some love, man. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.